What it? Oh, hello. MMA. MMA news is happening right now, guys. This is the voice of Alexander K. Lee to introduce MMA Fighting's official UFC 267 weigh-in live stream. Thank you, everyone who has been waiting in the YouTube waiting room. Everyone who's tuning in now, everyone who's watching through whatever means you might be watching these live weigh-in. Thanks, everyone. Yes, we will have our first fighters coming up shortly, but I am joined, of course, hello, everyone, by Jose Youngs, who you will not see his face right now. He is on site in Abu Dhabi.
Hello.
Mr. Michael Heck, my best friend over there in the corner there. He's coming in from lovely South Carolina.
Hello.
Boo.
Our man in the truck. Our man in Inglewood. It's all good. Casey Leiden. And I am here from Markham, Ontario, or Toronto. That makes it easier for some guys.
Hello.
Yeah, we are just waiting. Guys, I know you'll be hearing a lot from us for the next 2 hours or so, probably. We'll try to keep it pretty simple while we have this hopefully first rush of fighters. You know, guys, in the first 20 minutes, hopefully we get all the business done, all the champions show up. But we don't know. We don't know. Mike, who do you think is going to show up first?
The UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Jan Blachowicz. I think he will be the first on the scale. Well, we're about to find out.
Well, let's see.
Versus Teixeira, first fighter to the scale in the UFC's lightweight division, Tybura Ismagulov.
As you expected.
Just as Casey was
I
about
told
to
you
say,
it would be Chimaev.
he was about to say it before he got cut off.
Oh
My
my gosh, guys.
Uh-huh.
What? Oh, lost focus. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
We are off to a really fantastically dangerous start.
He obviously wants to get up and get rehydrated as quickly as possible.
So I'm guessing he's about 6 pounds over.
Let's see. This is lightweight for a lightweight bout.
Pushing those numbers over.
$163.5, the official weight for
Okay.
Ismagulov.
163.5. Jose, do we know? Will he get another? Well, I assume he's not going to attempt to make it. That's way too much.
I doubt it.
Okay,
No,
what a start. So knew he wasn't going to make it. Just going to show up and hope his opponent they can negotiate some sort of purse penalty. That bout is definitely in jeopardy.
This is off to a fantastic
Next fighter to the
start.
scale in the UFC's flyweight division, Alan Nascimento.
I ran into Corey and Dan getting my COVID test today, and they were both in very high spirits.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Well,
Sorry,
that's
I put that on. That was Damir, right? Not.
Yes, that's 163.5 actually, Casey.
Wait, who was that weighed in, though?
Sorry,
Ismagulov.
Oh,
He's
whoops. I
Ismagulov.
put it. Sorry, I got to fix that.
126, the official weight for Alan Nascimento.
I believe that was
Alan Nascimento, the
126.
first weight make.
All right, next athlete to the scale, the third-ranked bantamweight in the world, taking part in his first UFC title fight here tomorrow, Corey Sandhagen.
Here we go, Corey Sandhagen, one of our headliners.
Championship weight, 135 pounds, the official weight for Corey Sandhagen.
135 championship weight on the dot for Corey Sandhagen for this interim title bout.
Sorry, everything started crazy. So who's the second person
Next
that
fighter
weighed
to
in?
the scale is the man around whom this fight card was built, the undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion, Jan Blachowicz.
I'll put it in the our little chat, Casey.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go.
I'll make it easier. Here comes Jan Blachowicz.
The man this card was built around, apparently.
Got to say it a few times, I think.
Oh, all right, sure.
205, the official weight for the champion, Jan Blachowicz.
No problem for the champion, Jan Blachowicz, 205. MMA Fighting's #1 ranked light heavyweight.
All right, next fighter to the scale in the UFC's featherweight division, the undefeated Lerone Murphy.
Lerone Murphy, as John Anik just noted, undefeated, coming in to hit the 145 mark.
$146, the official weight for Lerone Murphy.
146 for Lerone Murphy. Okay. We'll talk more about Mr. Ismagulov when we have a little break here. That was quite a strange way to start the.
I think Lerone's.
All right, next athlete to the scale, 15th ranked in the UFC's flyweight division, Teixeira.
There's a lot of movement in the front, like people getting in people's shots, people trying to get everyone out of the way.
Right.
125, the official weight for Tygir Ulanbekov.
So this is Tagir Ulanbekov.
Oh, it's Tygir. Okay.
This is Tagir, yes, not sounded like Damir, but yeah, there we go. At 125, so successful.
So what does that mean exactly, though?
Well, Casey, I believe because Alan Nascimento
is the #1 ranked bantamweight contender and former undisputed UFC bantamweight champion, competing for interim gold here tomorrow. Piotr Jan.
Right after that? Okay, we'll
wait. We'll give the
Piotr Jan.
According to MMA Fighting's, according to the reporter on site here in Abu Dhabi, he's the champ.
The champion.
The official stance.
135 for Piotr Jan.
135. No issue there.
Which means?
It means our interim UFC Bantamweight title fight with Corey Sandhagen is official.
All right, moving on now to the featherweight division as we welcome Ricardo Ramos.
What else is official, AK?
Well, as we said, Tygir Ulanbekov and Alan Nascimento both made weight as well for the first flyweight card in the fight. That fight's official.
$146, the official weight for Ricardo Ramos.
Is that 146?
Yes.
Yep.
Ricardo Ramos, 146.
All right, next fighter to the scale, one half of our pink shirt, streaming live on ESPN Plus in the UFC Strawweight division, 12th ranked, Bantamweight.
The Island Girl. Yeah. The Island Girl.
Possibly. Fingers crossed. We have seen her rehearsing her entrance to the Island Boy TikTok anthem. What I don't know how it's not going to be a song. Is it a song? Is it even a song? She has said she will do it. She has practiced it. We have footage. So we'll see. Just has to get the okay from the UFC.
And get Andre Petrosky out of the way.
Yeah. Well, maybe they can both do it.
That'd be amazing.
Official weight 116 pounds for Virna Jandiroba.
116 for Virna Jandiroba. And Ariel also said he spoke to Dan Hooker, so fingers crossed. It could be 3 people. I don't know. 3 people. I'd make Dan.
Next up to the scale of the UFC's welterweight division, Eliseu Zaleski dos Santos.
Eliseu Zaleski dos Santos.
I forgot he was on this card. I'm excited for this fight.
It's a lot. There's 30 fighters on this card right now.
Oh, good lord.
Why do you hate MMA? You can't have enough MMA, bro.
Oh, I assumed he was reacting. I thought he was reacting to something on site.
Sorry, that was the comment section speaking out loud.
They would never say anything like that.
170.5, the official weight for Zaleski dos Santos.
170.5 for Zaleski dos Santos. He'll be facing newcomer Benoit Saint Denis.
Where is his name? I can't even find his name.
It's so many names.
So
I can't
many names.
remember last time we had a 15 fight. A 15 fighter.
Back now to the UFC's featherweight division as we welcome Makwan Amir Khani.
Mr. Finland.
Mr. Finland. He was originally preparing to fight Tristan Connolly, and I think he got a much tougher matchup now in Ron Murphy.
.146, the official weight for Makwan Amir Khani.
146 for Makwan Imrakani.
What does that mean?
Our next fighter to compete in the UFC's light heavyweight division as we welcome Mikhail Oleksiejczuk.
Imrakani versus Murphy is now official. Thank you, Mike.
By the way, props to John Anik, because this has to be the most difficult card in terms of pronunciation in UFC history.
Absolutely.
Official weight 206 pounds for Mikhail Oleksiejczuk.
I'm just trying to follow his lead. 206 for Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. Whatever Anik says, I'm just repeating.
All right, next fighter to the scale, one of the best lightweights in the world, competing live on the main card tomorrow. Number 5, Islam Makhachev.
Oh,
Ooh, Islam Makhachev.
I just got informed why I can't get the freaking names lined up right because I'm missing Volkan. I was like, why are these names not lining up right?
Thank you, commenters.
The official weight for Islam Makhachev.
155. 0.5, I believe that was.
Yes. All right. Okay. Let me fix this real quick.
See, YouTube commenters get a bad rap. YouTube commenters are informative and helpful. Thank you, YouTube commenters.
That's amazing. None of us noticed.
Look, he hasn't. Listen, he hasn't fought in a long time. All right, he hasn't fought in a long time.
I know. It's
It
hilarious.
happens.
It's why it's so funny.
So this is a what have you done for me lately business, all right?
All right, next fighter to the scale, the other half of that featured bout in the UFC's lightweight division, number 6 in the world, Dan the Hangman Hooker.
Oh boy, here we go. This man,
Ryan's
a man
Dan
who,
getting caught.
Sorry, my names are all getting all
Exciting.
messed up. Jeez.
.156, the official weight for Dan Hooker.
156 for Dan Hooker, stepping up on short notice. That fight with Islam Makhachev is now official. He just weighed in about a month ago, Dan Hooker. Now he's weighing in again. We're not talking like back-to-back like Apex cards here. This is
All right, next fighter to the
one
scale
card in
will be the
Vegas.
UFC's middleweight division, Albert Duraev.
Newcomer Albert Duraev coming up. Undefeated, I believe this young man is. No, I'm thinking about someone else. That was a straight up lie. 14-3. That was a test. That was a test for the stream monsters. I want to see the stream monsters jump on that one. Duria's
He's such a
14-3, you
liar.
idiot. You thought Duria was undefeated, you idiot.
He's undefeated in his
right.
last 9. AK.
There we go. Thank you. That's Mike. Thank you. I just didn't finish.
186, the official weight for Albert Duraev.
186. Albert Duraev on point. I think the guy, I'm probably missing. He's got wins over like Clifford Starks. Who's that guy? I'm gonna mess this name up. Blachowicz, who fought in Bellator a few times, I think. He's legit. That's what I'm saying. I've heard good things about this Duraev.
Yeah, he mowed down poor Kyle Bittencourt on the Contender Series.
I haven't heard he's undefeated.
Right.
That's why I don't hear.
You know why? Because he isn't.
Oh, okay.
He's undefeated over the last.
Sorry? Oh.
He's undefeated since March of 2014, as AK
That's a long
said.
time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
The stream faded out. He did say that. I heard him in the air, but you guys.
We're all in different locations. The stream qualities varies. Thank you, Mike. You understand. So there we go, guys. We have
all caught up. We caught up on the graphics.
Yeah.
Everything good.
Yes, the graphic looks beautiful.
All right.
So anyone has any questions? Who's weighed in? Has anyone missed? Yes, we have one enormous miss.
Enormous miss.
Damir Ismagulov, who I believe that's 7.5 pounds, counting that with the 1 pound allowance.
Yes.
You know what? I'll say
was
this
so-
though.
yeah.
Him weighing in early is very important, so this fight can actually happen, because we've seen this happen in the past. The well-known was, I think, Cowboy Cerrone and Kelvin Gastelum in New York, when I think it was Kelvin was Cowboy weighed in first, so his weight was set, but then Kelvin came out over, and it was so high that they wouldn't allow it. But if Cerrone would have weighed in afterward, he could have rehydrated, and the weight could have been closer. So that could be a possibility why he weighed in this early. So Mustafaev, his opponent, will cut weight appropriately, or not as much as he needs to. I'm assuming he's already under that weight already, so he has to come in at probably over 160 or something.
All right, next athlete to the scale competing in our featured prelim in the UFC Strawweight division, the 10th ranked contender, Amanda Ribas.
Amanda Ribas. There you go.
Oh boy.
Everybody's a fan.
That's sick.
115.5, the official weight for Amanda Ribas.
115.5 for Amanda Ribas, top-ranked strawweight. She is tied for the 11th spot in the MMA Fighting Global Rankings.
Which means
That's right, because number 14, Virna Jandiroba, also weighed in successfully. That fight's official. Sorry, guys, I am not on the ball with the official.
yeah, it's very late. Like,
All right, next fighter to the
That'd
scale
be all right.
in the
That'd
UFC
be all right.
This is the first time we've ever done this.
Benoit.
No, we definitely, that can't be right.
No, we did it last year. Remember we had the scale
I'm
slammer,
sure we
and
had
we had we had the event. They just brought like random dudes up to weigh in that like
Yeah,
no one
and we
knew
were like-
were coming.
Isi Fatikafu, what is that? Is that what?
sorry, I had to let the dog out.
Was that the Habib? That was the 254, right? The Habib Gaethje
I think
card.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the last time we did
Who
this.
is this? Who do we got here?
Who is this?
171, the official weight for Benoit Saint-Denis.
Oh, this is the newcomer. This guy is undefeated, all right? Benoit Saint-Denis.
What was the weight?
I'm not bringing that. 170. Hold on. I think. Don't write this down. 171. 171.
171. All right.
Guys,
Next
we're a
fighter to
little.
the scale in the UFC's middleweight division, we welcome Roman Kopylov.
Okay.
Roman Kopylov.
AK. He made weight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm tweeting as well. Benoit Anthony and his opponent, Liziu Zaleski Santos, also made weight. So that fight is now official.
Can I borrow these?
All right. I'm working on it.
186 for Roman Kopylov.
Roman Kopylov, 186. His opponent, Albert Duraev, also 186. And thus, that fight is now official. All right, guys. Everything good so far. Again, except with the exception of Ismagulov, who weighed in first, as Casey was saying, might make things a little bit easier for them to save that fight if he knew he was going to be super over. And now they can negotiate something. Mustafayev can maybe cut less weight and they can figure something out. But yeah, very, very strange way to start.
Is that the first time that someone came in that over or at least over for the very first person?
I think very first. Yeah, we've seen people come in early though. We have seen people come in like the first half an hour. I feel like Jeremy Stevens did it, right? Wasn't it Jeremy Stevens who did it?
The first person to come in over? The first person to weigh in was also overweight?
Not very first, but like within the first
the first group. Yeah, a few people have started to figure that out. If you're gonna miss weight, just come in early.
Man.
But yeah.
But right away. Wow.
Yeah.
That was shocking.
Yeah, he's in bad shape.
Okay, well here we go. Here's his opponent, Magomed Mustafayev. Let's see how he looks. Let's see what his reaction is. He could just be right on weight, and they're going to have to negotiate something. I'm sure he would prefer to fight on the card if possible.
Oh, let's guess the weight. What are we guessing? I'm going 162.
159 and a half.
159.
I think he's on. I think he's just like 155.5.
If I can't happen, then it's too much of a weight gap. Wait, I don't know. We'll see.
156, the official weight for Magomed Mustafayev.
156.
That looks
this was
like
not
a guy. Yeah, it looks like a guy who knows he's not fighting tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, I have no inside knowledge, but that looks as that is not a guy that is happy to.
What does that mean, AK?
Nothing, Casey. It means
Our
nothing.
next fighter to the scale is the other man around whom this entire fight card was split.
I don't want.
UFC light heavyweight contender Teixeira.
All right. Better moon. Everyone be happy now. Go over to Teixeira's here.
Representing New England these days.
I just had to mention it.
£205, the official weight for Teixeira. Your UFC 267 main event is official.
Stealing my line. Stealing my line. I was on that. I was gonna get it that time.
John Anik taking everything you've worked for.
I'm not gonna go that far. He's also given me so much. That's right. That fight is official. There we go. 2 consummate professionals, 2 consummate veterans at the top. I think there was very little doubt. Again, we do have, I believe, Yuri Prochazka will win just in case something else happens. A lot can happen now in fight night, but at least as far as weigh-ins go, no hiccups for Jan Blachowicz or Glover Teixeira. I see a "we want Yuri" comment. So people want to see someone who some consider already maybe the best light heavyweight in the world, Yuri Prochazka. So
he's my uncrowned champ right now.
I was going to say when I was saying some people, I meant DKC.
Some people being this guy.
We all know who I was talking about.
But hey, you got to earn your title shot, and Glover earned it first, so that's why he's here.
Mm-hmm. That 163.5 is just staring at me. That is terrifying. Okay.
I was not. Seriously, that 163.5 just threw me off. I was just so confused after that.
Same. I was chaos.
I was like, did I show up 2 hours late? Did the weigh-ins just starting? Were they ending? I have no idea.
Casey, I've got a little typo correction. I will put it in our secret chat. I'll put it in our secret chats. No one will know. No one will ever know.
Okay.
No one will ever know. Mike, I guess we can try and do I think we should. Right? I think if we try and do a rundown, it's like doing a rain dance. It might make the next person come out, right?
We could certainly try.
All right.
This is why we're here.
A lot has happened. A lot has happened already.
So much has happened.
All right, Mike, go for it whenever you're ready.
We're going to go through weights. All right, hold on one moment.
I think we should, yeah.
Yeah, I think we need some tunage. Oh, in the circle.
In the circle. All right, and here we go.
Here we go, everybody. We're gonna run down the weights. Yes. Jazz music. Jan Blachowicz, the UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, weighed in successfully at 205 pounds, as did his opponents. Glover Teixeira, 205. That fight is a go. The interim bantamweight title fight is also a go. Petr Yan and Corey Sandhagen both hit 135 pounds on the nose. We got movement, but we're going to go as far as we can. Islam Makhachev, 155.5, takes on Dan Hooker, who weighted at 156. We're still waiting on Alexander Volkov, Marcin Tybura, not Anik.
All right, I have to come back to this.
We're going to have another official fight, perhaps.
$146, the official weight for Tybura Tahuga.
Boy, that was an emotional roller coaster. That looks like a gentleman who wasn't sure he was going to make weight.
And what does that mean, AK? AK?
I mean, I don't want to speak for my best friend, but I will. Makes that fight official, Casey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was muted. I was muted.
Okay, first Anik takes your job. Now Mike Heck takes your job. Come on, AK.
I took the tag.
Just because we're on Abu Dhabi time doesn't mean we can be unprofessional. Tighten it up.
No,
tighten it up a little bit.
Clearly means we are being unprofessional, namely you.
No, I apologize. I apologize to listeners. They shouldn't have to put up with this crap. I apologize. And viewers and everyone. Oh, my face is on screen now. Okay, sorry. Casey, I had another secret. I had another secret note to send you.
The secret note? All right.
Yes, sorry. I apologize. Okay. It's just we've just been disrespecting Volkan even more. That's all. It's a little
next fighter to the scale, weighing in as a backup for our championship main event, one of the best light heavyweights in the world, Yuri Prochazka.
Oh, here we go. Here's our alternate Yuri Prochazka.
Fans rejoice.
Boy, a lot of people want to see him.
Look at that hair.
Oh, what a man. What a man. Oh, weighing in with the saber-tooth fang. You gotta make weight with
that. 205 pounds, the official weight for Yuri Prochazka.
He is ready. This guy.
He gets his own.
The alternate is now official. That's right.
Jose, can you have him just stay on stage the rest of the weigh-ins? I just want to stare at him. Can we make this happen? All right. Well, I tried.
So we still have quite a few to wait on. Heavyweights, we're probably waiting a while.
So next fighter to the scale set to compete on what is a huge night for Polish mixed martial arts. The 8th ranked UFC heavyweight contender, Marcin Tybura.
Marcin, there we go. Here, well, I guess we won't be waiting long for at least one of the heavyweights. Here is Marcin Tybura. I think one of the best kept secrets of the heavyweight division.
$229, the official weight. 249, the official weight for the lead Marcin Tybura.
I was saying, man, he's going down to light heavy.
That's 249.
249 from Marcin Tybura. Straight wins. Tied with Francis Ngannou for the longest win streak in the UFC heavyweight division. So people, you're sleeping on Marcin. I know he's been around for a while, but he's put together the wins now.
I love fighters like him. Like he could walk down the street and you would never guess. Oh, hey, that guy's one of the best heavyweight cage fighters in the world. I love it.
Coming for Alexander Volkov's number 6 spot. I know a lot of people, of course, are waiting to see Khamzat Chimaev. Our first time seeing him in well over a year. He had a horrible ordeal with COVID. I think it's great to see a lot. There was premature reports that he had been thinking of retiring. I believe he refuted those, though he himself did admit it was a very trying time for him in his life. So it's good to see him back. Hopefully, no ill effects from the COVID. Other than that, several ranked fighters coming up.
Yeah, it's been a little over a year. He fought Jared Mearshart on September 19th of 2020.
Spectacular.
It felt a lot long. It feels like he's been out longer, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I think because we saw him 3 times in like 2 days, I think, and so we were just so used to it, and then
I mean, he was the biggest name.
Leon 3 times, right?
Yeah. By the 3rd time, people almost kind of felt like it just wasn't going to happen, and they were right. And I think it's good. At least both guys have moved on from the matchup.
This fight actually makes a lot more sense than the Leon fight. This is one that should originally be booked in the first place, but we got here in a weird way. But this is the right matchup. This is the correct matchup for Chimaev.
Most definitely.
It's a fair matchup for both fighters.
Let's wait a minute, guys, before we dive too deeply into discussions here. I still feel like we could get 1 or 2 coming in here, right?
We got movement.
We've got movement. Okay, great.
Who do you think it's going to be, AK? Who do you think it's going to be?
It's going to be Andre Petrosky.
And for the people in the comments, these rankings are not the UFC rankings. These are the official world MMA.
Our next fighter to the scale, competing on the main card. He is the 7th ranked contender in the UFC's light heavyweight division, Magomed Ankalaev.
Magomed Ankalaev, number 11 in the MMA Fighting Global Rankings, which of course includes all promotions. So we have several very good, specifically from Bellator. There's a number of them in the top 10. So.
You mentioned the best kept secret at heavyweight. This man might be the best kept secret at light heavyweight.
This is true.
He has, not counting John Jones, he has the best win streak at light heavyweight right now.
205.5, the official weight for Magomed Ankalaev.
205.5, as you said, Mike. Yes, definitely a guy who I think he might have had a little break in there, right? He was up for a bit.
All right, staying on the main card for our next athlete, the 11th ranked welterweight in the world, Li Jingliang.
Not a lot of respect
straight wins
in the
for
betting
Ankalaev.
community. Yeah, not a lot of respect in the betting community for our next fighter up to the scale, Li Jingliang.
Well,
massive underdog. Chimaev a -600 favorite, according to our friends at DraftKings. The comeback on Li Jingliang, +435. Man.
Yikes.
There's some value there, in my opinion.
171, the official weight for Li Jingliang.
171 for Li Jingliang. Okay. Alrighty then. There's respect. I mean, I am picking Khamzat to win. Boy, you said -600 for Khamzat. That's
600.
That has got to be
that
one of
doesn't
the
seem right.
biggest lines I've seen between a ranked fighter and an unranked fighter.
Yeah, they said, I believe, number 15 in our rankings. I think John Anik said number 11 in the UFC rankings. So that's pretty crazy.
Is Chimaev in the UFC rankings?
When he left, he was ranked at welterweight, I think.
They took him out of the rankings?
I mean, after he missed a bunch of fights, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how the UFC rankings work, honestly.
I think some other people just jumped over
I
him. Yeah, I think some other people just jumped over him too. I think there was other just welterweights who were active and winning fights. So they might have just kept them in there if the division hadn't moved along. But yeah, that was weird because he actually only has one win at welterweight. So that was bizarre.
Yep, Chimaev's the second biggest favorite on the card, behind Islam Makhachev, -630.
The disrespect. These are ranked
Dan Hooker
fighters.
+450.
The disrespect to these ranked fighters is absurd.
Wow.
Shows
Our
you
next
though.
athlete to the scale competing in the UFC's light heavyweight division, Chimaev Khamzat.
Former PFL
Whoa.
fighter Shamil Gamzatov. Who will be? Oh yes, okay.
Does that shirt have flames on it? Is that a UFC shirt with flames?
5.5. The official
It is.
weight is
That's intense.
£206. The official weight for Chimaev Khamzat.
206 for Shamil Gamzatov. His fight with Mikhail Oleksichuk is official. Just a heads up, guys. We're hearing a little bit of audio in the back from. I don't know if someone else has the weigh-ins on.
Nope, it's me. I'm doing about 4,000 things at
You
once.
clipping?
Nope,
Okay.
it's me.
Okay, no worries.
I'm doing a
Yeah,
thousand
those
things.
things. Okay, they can hear this thing. They can hear the replay.
They're gonna have to
Anyway,
deal
just so
with
people know. Deal with it, people. Okay, everyone's still confused. We need a little blurb that says the MMA Fighting Global Rankings. It's okay. I get it. We've only had them up for like 2 months now. 2 months, 3 months now. So.
They're the only rankings that matter, folks.
Yeah.
Trust me when
I
I,
know.
tell
I
you
know.
this.
But listen,
Just buy
I don't
in now.
blame people. I know. I don't blame people. They have
186. The official weight for Hu Yaozong.
Hu Yaozong 186. And oh no, it's not. I was gonna say. Oh, I almost did a premature official there. I'm sorry. I
Okay.
apologize. Didn't want to get too good.
You have 4
But yes, as
fighters
we're saying,
left? Holy
look,
cow.
I know. It's cranking along. As you're these are the MMA Fighting Global Rankings, people, which you can find at MMAfighting.com. Nice little tab at the top. I get it. They're relatively new. I think 6 months from now, you guys aren't even going to remember any other rankings with respect to our peers and to the UFC and all that. Wow, a lot of leech comments. Oh, thank you. Someone's okay.
I got it.
All right. Okay, let's talk about the fight because we have 4 people coming up. I assume they're going to be spaced apart a bit here. Let's talk about the main event, guys. I think people want to hear a little. We'll do a preview show, of course, later today. We'll do a Q&A. I know we're gonna, but let's talk. Initial impressions here. Both guys coming in 205 championship weight. No surprises there. Mike, how have you liked the build, if we can even call it that? The build to the matchup, especially this week with their let's call it affable behavior at press conferences and around it seems like around Abu Dhabi and every time they mention each other. How are you feeling about it, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, really, the tensions bubbled over when Glover Teixeira, when Happy Birthday was sung to Glover Teixeira, almost led by Jan Blachowicz's opponent. So, I mean, that the rivalry is real between those two guys. No, this is what it should be. There's nothing manufactured here. They're not going to sit there and be phony balonies in building up a fight. Like, the UFC doesn't have to sell pay-per-views here in the United States. I mean, unfortunately for the AKs of the world in Canada, they have to pay for this event. But we don't. They're using this event to sell UFC 268, if we're being honest, so they can get our money. And this is a pretty damn good card to do it. So there's no need to manufacture anything. This is just a great fight between two guys who have had, they've seen the ups in the sport, they've seen the downs in the sport, and now they're both like in a really good upward swing right now. Two of the comeback kids, if you will, fighting for a world championship. This is what fight sports are all about right here. This is the kind of main event and the kind of storyline that doesn't need any sort of silly rivalry or silly trash talk or, people taking shots at family and religion and all that stuff. This is like the complete opposite of that. And I love it. I love it so much. I wish more cards are like this. I know it doesn't sell a million pay-per-views or anything like that, but the purist in me, the fan in me, I love it. I love the fight. I love everything about it. It's a feel-good story, AK. It's a feel-good story.
It's again what I think is the top 2 light heavyweights in the world. However, I know, like I said, there's some people who might not agree.
No. I freaking love this fight. I love this card. I love this pay-per-view. I got grief on Twitter. Have you heard this site, twitter.com? I put out there that I
thought that was called Casey Lyden's diary.
Yeah, diary. Sorry.
That everyone's reading.
That's my live journal, bro. Check out my LJ. No, these 2 title fights are better than next week's 2 title fights. I will say that right now. They are better. Of course, they're better. These all 4 fighters earned this shot. Like these are real title fights, and I like next week's title fights. That's BS. Those are 2 title fights put together because they sell the most tickets. They hit the biggest markets. But this is about the best mixed martial artists. And Glover and Jan, even though I think Yuri is the best 205er, he hasn't earned that spot yet. Glover earned that spot. Jan is the champ, and that's why they're fighting for the championship belt. It rules. It rules. It rules. It rules. Screw the trash talk. Trash talk's stupid. You don't need trash talk when you have the 2 best in the world.
I love Casey. I love the passion. I do want to correct that.
I thought you thought I was going to trash this card.
I did not say that. I was going to go to you to get that exact response. I was just going to say that I'm, how tragic it would have been if Glover Teixeira did not get one more kick at that golden UFC can. We wanted it for a while. It felt like all kind of weird things could happen to me. When Izzy got the title shot first, we were kind of like, oh man, like that's it. Like that's
I didn't like it.
Yeah, they've made their call.
Fan, but I didn't like it. Yeah.
And it's a fight we all wanted to see. We were just like, why does it have to be next? Yeah. We're like, of course we want to see Izzy fight Jan Blachowicz. And it was a good fight. But it was kind of like, why did you have to get it in front of Glover? But fortunately for the UFC and the fans, everything worked out. It doesn't always happen this way, but it did work out. And like we said, that fight's official. Both men have weighed in. Now, Casey, let's talk about the co-main event a little bit. Casey, you said these 2 title fights are better than next week's. Now, my only dispute for that is this title fight, this co-main event title fight is missing the undisputed bantamweight champion, Aljamain Sterling. So I don't know if I can agree that these 2 title fights are bigger and better. I'm just you know what I mean. Okay, so let's continue with you then. Let's just do you consider whoever wins on Saturday in your eyes? This is the guy. This is the number 1 bantamweight, undisputed.
Right now, I have Peter Yan has the best bantamweight bantamweight in the world, and I have Corey at number 4, but very close to Dillashaw. I thought Corey beat Dillashaw in their fight a few months back, and of course I have Aljamain at number 2 because Aljamain has that recent victory over Corey, but Aljamain is injured. He is injured. He didn't duck a fight. He's not ducking anyone. The man's injured. So with him injured, this absolutely is a super justified interim title fight between Peter Yan, in my mind, the best bantamweight in the world, and Corey Sandhagen, the second best available bantamweight in the world. And it rules.
Jesus.
What's going on, Jose?
He's got his own things going on.
I think Jose's just. Oh yeah, he's
Mike. Saturday's co-main event winner. Are they number 1 in your MMA fighting rankings?
No, they're not. But they're very close. They make an argument.
Who do you have now?
Sterling. I had Sterling as well.
Okay, same. I'm also Team Sterling.
You have Sterling over Jan?
Yes.
Academy Award winner Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah.
Man, you know how hard it is to win an Academy Award?
Hilarious.
Winning an Academy Award is extremely difficult.
I know. That should be a compliment.
He's an Academy Award winner and a UFC champion. Only one person has ever done that. Aljamain Sterling. Congratulations.
Peter Sellers never won one. Great actor. Never won an Academy Award.
Or a UFC belt.
Never won one.
Peter Sellers never won a UFC title. Never.
Amy Adams, one of our greatest living American actresses, still does not have an Academy Award. Most nominations without getting one. Mike, I'm sorry. Go on. Let me hear your thoughts on the hierarchy at the best division in all of MMA. Will it be affected at all in your eyes? Obviously, if Sandhagen beats Jan, he would jump over him, but I would assume does not jump over Sterling. Maybe I'm wrong. What do you think here?
I mean, it would have to be like a sensational performance. I mean, if he just goes out there and steamrolls Corey Sandhagen, which very few people have done, and I think Sterling's my number 1 only because Jan got DQ'd. Yes, Sterling's the champion, but at the same time, I think the performance that put it over the top for me was Sterling just steamrolling Corey Sandhagen, which is very difficult to do. So, it would all depend. Obviously, if Sandhagen wins, he jumps up. Jan winning, it would have to be in spectacular fashion for him to jump up. But I think I think
or
everybody's
dominant
kind of
fashion.
on.
He doesn't need a finish.
Yeah.
He just needs a dominant win or a
49-46 is good enough for me as long as it's, and Jan's on boring fight. So we'll see what happens. I love the matchup. It's very fascinating. And one thing that's not being discussed enough, Corey Sandhagen is taking a massive risk here. I mean, giant, because think about where he stands in this division right now. 2 losses in a row. He was probably like a couple wins away from getting back to a title fight to begin with. Like if he comes back, wins a couple fights, maybe he's back in the conversation. If he loses this fight to Petr Yan, it could be years before he gets another shot at a title. With the way this division is shaped up right now, we have Sterling. That fight's not happening for a while. We got TJ Dillashaw coming up. We got Rob Font fighting Jose Aldo coming up. It's going to be a long time before Corey Sandhagen even sniffs a title shot if he loses this fight to Petr Yan, unless guys get injured and he gets so people talk about a lot of different storylines. I think this is an incredibly ballsy, risky fight for Corey Sandhagen, but at the same time, timing is everything with Sterling out. This might be like his best shot to getting back to a title shot. So risk reward, it's like 50-50. It's super fascinating when you think about it from the Corey Sandhagen end.
But I think Corey Sandhagen had to take it. I think he had to take it. I mean, if he doesn't take it, I think he's still so far behind any chance to get a title shot. I think that's just, I mean, the people who actually like fighting, not trash talk, not how you do your promos, not how you celebrate, but actual fighting. Corey Sandhagen clearly is a top 2, 3, 4, 5 fighter in the world. But in terms of moving the needle, he ain't there, and that's what the UFC cares about. So the fact that you have a title fight, and you had a contender spot that was open, and it was not, and they don't need to sell pay-per-views per se. They just need a good fighter in there. This is the perfect situation for Corey Sandhagen. He's not a trash talker. The UFC is never gonna treat Corey Sandhagen like Cody Garbrandt. So Cody Garbrandt, if he just gets one win, he's in the title hunt all the time because he just has the look. He talks the talk. He knows how to sell a fight. Corey Sandhagen just doesn't need to waste his time with that. He is just a great fighter, and that's why I think if he would have turned this down, man, I think it would be even. I think him turning it down is even worse than him, even if he loses Saturday night. To me, I understand what you're saying, Mike. I just have to. I don't think
really
UFC believes in Corey Sandhagen as far as selling pay-per-views. I don't think they believe him at all.
Well, yeah,
I don't think they believe him at all. I think they'll put Cody Garbrandt over Sandhagen anytime.
Yeah, but I don't think they believe in the bantamweight division selling pay-per-views regardless. That's why you don't see these fights headline any of these pay-per-views. They're great co-main events. It's the Intercontinental title. 135-pound division is the Intercontinental Championship.
It's always that for now until that right person comes.
Agreed.
So that right person comes, and Corey Sandhagen, from a moving the needle to putting money in Dana White's pocket, Corey Sandhagen it just isn't that guy no matter how good he is. Cody Garbrandt was, Dominic Cruz is to an extent, but I think Petr Yan can be. I think Aljamain Sterling can be. Corey Sandhagen just will never be. Corey Sandhagen, unfortunately for him, is just a great mixed martial artist, and that's not enough for the UFC.
Sterling and Yan is one of the best rivalries in the sport right now.
True.
And still wasn't the main event of this card. So that just goes to show you. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. Maybe someday somebody will come along and be a star and sell 1 million pay-per-views. And I would love to see that because putting a spotlight on this division would be wonderful, like a bigger spotlight. It's the hardcore fans division, the bantamweight division.
Best division,
I love
division in the sport.
The deepest division for sure.
Yeah, the deepest division in the sport for sure.
Yeah, it's just so good, and this is a fight that sort of proves that. You know what I mean? Like, and Sandhagen clearly was not the first person the UFC called for this fight, and that's okay. And this is what we ended up with. This is like the worst case scenario in the UFC's eyes, but it's a great fight for us. It's a great fight for us.
In my eyes, this is best case scenario. Well, not Aljamain being injured, obviously that's horrible. I'm not happy about that, but with the injury, this is absolutely the best fight for me as a fight fan, not as a trash talking fan, not as someone who cares about clicks and how many people are going to watch so and so's interview. Yeah, this isn't a good fight for that. But in terms of just awesome fighters, yeah, Jan Sandhagen freaking rules.
And let me just clarify. I don't mean worst case scenario because of Corey Sandhagen. I mean worst case scenario because they had other names ahead of him, and they were hoping that they would just need one phone call to fill the spot. They called Rob Font. Rob Font, of course, is going to say yes, but they didn't know Rob Font had COVID, so he wasn't going to be ready for the state. And then you have some other names, like obviously TJ Dillashaw's hurt, so he couldn't get back in there. Sterling couldn't get back in there. So then you look down, you're like, oh my God, we still have Corey freaking Sandhagen? We put Corey Sandhagen in this fight? And he said yes, because the guy is smart. He even told Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour that as soon as the fight was booked, he got into a training camp. He had a feeling. Something was going to happen and his phone was going to ring, and he was right. And now we got ourselves a good fight. So while people say it's like a short notice fight, Corey said he's been in camp for a while preparing for this one. So it's not really a short notice fight in his eyes.
Yeah.
So Casey,
yes, sir.
By default, I guess if Sandhagen were to win, then that would put Sterling back at number one. That would put Sterling. So I should say back. That would put Sterling at number one, right? Because Sandhagen would pass Jan, and then you would have to bump, and then Sterling would go with him.
I'll put Sandhagen number one. Unless it's like super, super close. If he wins, finishes Jan or wins, decisively, I'll put him over. Because I'm doing, I'm not
Jan
doing
is above Sterling, and then
yeah. And I get head to head. I get head to head. Sterling has a win over Sandhagen. But if you want to do MMA math, you can that goes out the window, man. You can throw Marlon Moraes in there. Well, Marlon Moraes killed Sterling, and Sandhagen, do this, so you can do that forever. But
listen, Sterling has wins over both. Sterling has wins over both of them.
Over Moraes?
I don't know over Jan and Sandhagen. So I don't even know why it's even a debate.
Wins. He does have a win. Yes, this is true.
He does. He has a win over Jan.
And it sucks because it sounds like
both these guys.
It sucks because everything I say against Sterling sounds like I'm kind of trashing him, because I'm not at all. I just think that Jan's a better fighter, and Jan was on his way to winning that fight, and then Jan lost.
That's fair.
Sterling clearly is like the top 3 fighter in the world. Yeah.
This is the conversation that was created by a DQ finish, unfortunately. A DQ finish happens. It's impossible to say. It's certainly impossible to say that Sterling is definitively better than Jan. I agree with you that I would have had Jan up at least 2-1 on the scorecards. On the official judges' scorecards, it was 2 of the judges had it 29-28 Jan. One of the judges did have it 29-28 Sterling. Somewhat controversial, but I suppose there's volume taken into account there. But I would have had it with with Jan up 2 rounds to 1. But I also lean towards Sterling because, again, I'm almost like punishing Jan for this qualification. I guess that's one way to look at it. I probably respecting the official results. I'm probably just respecting the official result a little too much. I do defer to those sort of things usually. And also, I do think people overlook Sterling's resume. I get it in the head-to-head. Again, I agree. Jan, up until that foul, looked like the better fighter. But I think because of the DQ and everything else Sterling has done at 135, which, again, people just seem to ignore because of how he was losing to Jan. I'm very comfortable putting him at number 1. But we'll see after this weekend. I don't know. I don't know if this will affect my rankings at all. But
this goes back to how freaking awesome men's bantamweight is. It's just
sick.
So
it's crazy.
It's just so deep, yeah. And whoever wins this belt, I don't think they're like Valentina. I don't think they're going to dominate the division. I think the 35, the top ranking guys at 35 are going to be going back and forth for a while. I don't think there's going to be a person that's just going to dominate the division for the next five years or so.
If anyone can, my only guess would be Merab.
He's up there.
I mean, it's hard to argue that, man. It's really hard to argue that right now.
I agree. I don't think there is one, just because everyone has their flaws, everyone has their strengths. Matchup wise, there's guys like, oh, well, this guy would kill this guy, but then this guy would kill this guy, like stylistically. But Merab for me, he really impressed me with that recent win. I was like, holy crap, this guy's like serious. This guy's really tough.
Isn't that the weirdest thing when someone gets their ass handed to him? You're like, he's really good. He got his ass handed to him and still won. It's just a weird phenomenon in how we see fighters. we knew they were good, but then we saw him get his ass kicked and still won.
But then he almost died.
Yeah, then he almost died.
Now I'm a fan.
And then the other guy got really tired and he won. So yeah.
And then he came back and almost finished the fight. Like seconds later. It's insane.
It's amazing. The part about Merab, still my favorite part, is the story about him diving headfirst into a frozen lake. I just love that story. I mean,
he's a character.
Like it's like, hey, this thing's frozen. I'm gonna dive into it. Like, I don't know how solids work. Whatever. I'm a fighter.
I can't believe I got hurt. That's weird.
I think, should we read? Should we go over?
Wait. Oh,
I think we're gonna have to wait.
Jose, can you flip the camera? Jose, you got it flipped.
I think he's
changing it right now.
Computer. My computer's fat.
Oh no!
Don't worry, guys. We can hear the weigh-ins. Don't worry. I'm sorry we cannot see Mr. Volkov right now. It's coming up. It's coming up.
Jose, describe what's happening. Yeah, it's okay. It's like,
no,
it's okay.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I know everyone wants to see the people weighing in, but we know the hardcore fans want to watch Jose filming the fighters weighing in, and we that's where the real you get the real clicks.
We'll have the weight shortly.
Yeah.
The official weight for Alexander Volkov.
263.
I believe that was 263, right near the limit for the towering. No surprises. I think again Alexander Volkov stands about 6'7", and it's a full 263 for Alexander Volkov. So
Which means
well, Tybura also made earlier successfully at 249. So that heavyweight main card bout is now official. We actually, I believe, have. No worries, Jose. We actually have 6. Oh boy, yeah. This is a problem when you're on site sometimes, guys. This is the tech does not cooperate. So I believe we have 6 main card fights, right, guys? This is not a 5 fight main card, is it? 6 main card fights. So we are still waiting for Khamzat Chimaev and the nearly forgotten. We apologize again for Volkan Oezdemir.
There we go.
So soon we'll have an official. Thank you. There you go, Jose. See, guys, Jose's got to figure it out. Don't worry about it. There we go. So just 3 more to come. Andre Petrosky, Khamzat Chimaev, and Volkan Oezdemir. Otherwise, we've got a pretty full card. It does look like one of our fights will not happen. Mike, I think Casey's right. I think we can try that rundown again.
It would be an honor and a privilege to try to pronounce all of these names. So, Jan Blachowicz, Glover Teixeira, light heavyweight championship of the world. I'm just setting the table.
Okay, hold on. Jeez.
For the dinner music that's about to play. Both fighters weighed in at 205 pounds. Piotr Yad and Corey Sandhagen, their interim bantamweight title fight is official, both weighing in at 135. Islam Makhachev, 155.5, biggest favorite on the card, taking on Dan Hooker, who weighed in at 156. Alexander Volkov just weighed in at 263 for his fight with Marcin Tybura, who weighed in at 249 pounds. Li Jingliang weighed in at 171, still awaiting the arrival of Khamzat Chimaev. Magomed Ankalaev weighed in at 205.5, still waiting the arrival of Volkan Oezdemir. Amanda Ribas and Berna Jandiroba, they are official for their fight. Ribas in at 115.5, Jandiroba at 116. Zubaira Tukagov, 146 against Ricardo Ramos, weighed in at 146. Albert Duraev makes his UFC debut against Roman Kopylov, both weighed in at 186. Elizeu Zaleski, 170.5. Benoit Saint Denis, 171. Miguel Olegzaychek, 206 against Shamil Gamzatov, also weighed in at 206 pounds. Makwan Amirkhani and Lerone Murphy, action-packed fight in the featherweight division. Both fighters weighed in at 146 pounds. Hugh Yaozong weighed in at 186, still waiting the arrival of the island boy himself, Andre Petrosky. Damir Ismagulov was first to the scale. It was kind of scary to look at. Missed weight by a lot, 163.5. Magomed Mustafayev, consummate professional, weighed in at 156. And the first fight of the night in the flyweight division, Tagir Ulanbekov, weighed in at 125, takes on Alan Nascimento, who weighed in at 126. Back to you, my best friend.
And
at 2 a.m.
Mike, I don't know if you
one.
mentioned that Yuri Prochazka also weighed in for the main event. Yes, 205.
Yuri Prochazka also made weight at 205 with just the best hair you've ever seen.
and a fang from like some
he
dinosaur.
Probably claimed. 28 fighters have weighed in.
So we have
29, excuse me, 29. No, 28. 28 fighters
to
away.
the scale competing in a prelim in the UFC's middleweight division, Philadelphia's Andre Petrosky.
Here we go.
Could he be the one?
Possible island boy here.
Could he be immortalized on the
Possible
MMA
island boy.
Hour wall, along with Sean
They
Brady?
should. They all.
185.5, the official weight for Andre Petrosky.
185.5 for Andre Petrosky. His opponent, Hu Yazong, also made weight. That fight is.
Okay.
All right. So just two left.
We have 1 hour left. It's still 1 hour. Khamzat Chimaev hasn't had to. He's suffered some bad COVID. He's been out for a while. When do we start worrying that he may not make the 171-pound limit?
I think now is a good time.
I think now is.
I think now is a reasonable time to be concerned. I don't think it's ever too early when there's the kind of this big rush and most of the big names have come up. And we can be concerned for Volkan as well. It's also been over a year since Volkan Oezdemir has fought. So we know he didn't deal with the same sort of severe health issues that Khamzat did. But again, anytime guys have not fought for a while, you wonder where's the weight cut at? You know, what other changes have they gone through? But fingers crossed, both men should make it. You know, maybe just taking a little bit longer than usual. Could be other reasons. Could be that they're ahead. That they're so comfortably ahead of their weight cut that they're kind of just chillaxing somewhere. But I don't know why they wouldn't want to.
Yeah. So Chimaev is just
weigh in and
has dehydrated and starved himself to 170, but he's just chillaxing right now. Okay, I like that theory. Great.
Oh, you know, again, I'm the eternal optimist. I always want to believe the best, and not that these gentlemen are sitting in a sauna somewhere or just sitting under the blazing Abu Dhabi sun and just trying to sweat off the rest of the pounds here. We see people asking, are we going to put the stream full screen? I mean, guys, there's no way left. We will, if there's late. Jose is hard at work uploading these clips. We will replay some of the big ones later. Those will be full screen. Of course, you can always go to MMAfighting.com. Check out our Twitter account. Some of the big weigh-ins are already up there. You guys got options. But we like to give you information because people are constantly asking,
what do they want?
Did this guy weigh in?
Big screen? What do they?
They're saying like instead just take the graphic off, and I'm like,
no,
it's far more of a headache to not have the graphic up.
Look, you just see.
They want
you want to see more of the step and repeat background. What are you talking about?
They want to see the.
It's the same shot.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's an optical illusion that looks smaller. Yeah. The border makes it look smaller though.
Okay. My advice.
I'm with you. Leave the.
My advice is, if you want it bigger, just get your face and put it really close up to the screen. just
put it on your TV.
Yeah, just zoom in, but just slam your face into your laptop.
Stream it on your projector. Get it up on the wall. That nice big clear wall you guys have. I know all you ballers out there. Stream it out there. It'll look like you're there. It'll look like you're at the weigh-ins with Jose. Let's go down the card a little more, guys. Then what do we got here? Oh, please, yeah.
Wait. I like this question real quick.
I
think this user doesn't understand time zones.
To whom it may concern, asking, why are they weighing in so late? Don't they need to sleep? Yeah, it's crazy. And I heard the card is at like 2 p.m. on like Saturday, it seems a little bit early for them, but no, I mean, people. It is what time?
It's normal. The weigh-in started at 9 a.m.
10:02 a.m.
Yeah, so it's 10 o'clock local.
Right. So it's normal morning weigh-in time for them. It would be here. But some of the fighters probably are, depending when they arrived or how well they acclimated themselves, probably could be suffering a little bit of a time lag here. It's probably not a great time for depending where the fighters flew in from. But it is far more convenient for a lot of the returning fighters, some guys who haven't fought in a while. I think we mentioned like Ismagulov, I think is one of them. A lot of fighters coming off from long breaks because obviously it's much more difficult to come to the U.S., to come into Las Vegas, fight at the UFC Apex. Hu Yazong hasn't fought in a while in the UFC. Who else we got here? Khamzat has not fought in a while. Over 700 days. So yeah, it's very interesting. We're going to see some of these guys and how they adjust to being in the UAE. Looking, let's move on to what could easily have been a 5-round fight night main event or a co-main event on a weaker pay-per-view card. Islam Makhachev versus Dan Hooker. What a fight we have here. A fight that I think we thought could happen someday, but now is happening on short notice. Dan Hooker, of course, stepping in as a replacement for an injured Rafael Dos Anjos at another matchup that I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever see that one happen now.
Is
Mike? Casey. Yeah. What do you want to say?
No,
what do you want to say, Casey?
I was going to ask. For Islam, he's fighting someone behind him in the rankings? Who's the last person he fought that was in front of him? Am I just forgetting?
Dober was probably no. Dober? Actually, no. He was ahead of Dober. No, he was ahead of Dober. He was probably ahead of Dober.
Yeah, I just think his fight's really interesting for Islam, even though Hooker is, I guess, a bigger name. Maybe, I'm not sure, but it doesn't really move Islam up the rankings. He's still gonna be where he's at, and to me, this is I knew you were asking Heck, but I was just thinking this is still to me a very dangerous fight in terms of where you're gonna go after this, because there's no real reason to move him higher in the rankings, but I guess it's more just get more eyeballs on him, get people used to seeing him as a pay-per-view star, as a featured fight on the feature non-title fight on the pay-per-view, which is a big deal.
Yeah, and that's how it should be done. You want to. It's the way they did with Khabib too. Khabib was not main eventing, co-main eventing pay-per-views right away, but they were using him on main cards a lot. And eventually he became a familiar face, and then of course he got into the right feuds, got the right matchups, and became this one of the UFC's legitimate megastars. So I don't know if Islam can follow that exact same path, but this is the right way to go about it. Very high risk fight for him, and I would say a high reward fight for Dan Hooker. But Mike, what do you think? How much closer? I know again we're going to do on to the next one after, and we'll talk about this more if Islam wins. But just speculating now. How much does this win? Does it move him any closer to a lightweight title shot, or as Casey kind of said, it's someone behind him? Is it kind of treading water here?
Luckily, the timing of this fight is perfect because you got two huge 155-pound fights coming up over the next 2 months. You got Chandler versus Gaethje. The loser of that fight will probably fight Islam Makhachev next. If not, if Charles Oliveira loses to Dustin Poirier or vice versa, Islam can fight the loser of that fight. I mean, there's plenty of options for him right now. So I think fighting Dan Hooker has a little more value right now. I think Dan Hooker's just a bigger name in the sport. Like Rafael Dos Anjos has the resume and he's a former champion, but I feel like Dan Hooker has a lot of support right now. I feel like this is a good fight for both guys because Makhachev can. I feel like Makhachev will win this fight. I don't think it's going to be one that he's just going to go out there and steamroll Hooker. I think he does enough to win. When it's over, we're like, yep, Makhachev won, definitely. But Dan Hooker's stock is not going to drop. Him just taking this fight raises his stock on short notice. Dan Hooker's a gamer, low risk, high reward for him. And then for Makhachev, yeah, it's a risky fight, but it's a fight he could probably win, and he gets a little more shine, I think, beating Dan Hooker right now, coming off Hooker's last fight, and the positive vibes he's been giving off, and just the travel to Vegas and everything that came from that. I think a win over Dan Hooker means more in the eyes of a lot of fans than it does over Rafael Dos Anjos. So, yeah, I think this is a good fight for both guys. And I think if Makhachev wins, I think there's some really interesting tests for him, regardless of rankings. Because at the end of the day, the UFC is going to push who they want to push. They see star potential in Makhachev clearly, and I think he's going to be getting a big fight no matter what if he beats Dan Hooker. So it's probably not going to be a guy who wins one of these big fights, but one of the losers, a pretty solid name for sure.
You think possibly, you said possibly the Chandler Gaethje loser. Do you agree? Islam kind of presented a nice scenario where.
But imagine that though, Islam. Chandler Gaethje, one of those guys are getting knocked out. Do you think Islam wants to go? Okay, now I want to fight that guy that just got knocked out. And is that guy who just got knocked out going to go? Okay, I want to fight Islam. I just don't see that fight. I just don't see the matchmakers be able to throw enough cash at these guys to make that fight happen.
They don't have a choice. Both guys are on 2-fight losing streaks.
Yeah, how much leverage?
Whoever loses on a 2-fight losing streak, what are they going to say? No.
Yeah, say if I'm Chandler,
who are they going to fight?
If I get knocked by Gaethje, I fight someone outside the top 10. I get back on the winning track. I don't fight Islam Makhachev. That's why Islam Makhachev is so freaking hard to book. You know,
You think Justin Gaethje and Michael Chandler are the kind of guys that are going to say, no, I'm not going to fight that guy?
Pay me. Those guys are prize fighters. They're gonna want extra money.
They're getting paid. They're getting paid. They're both getting paid.
I don't think.
You know what?
You're more positive. You're more positive with the matchmaking. I just don't think. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Do you think Islam jumps right into a title? He presented a scenario earlier this week where he was saying, well, if Chandler wins, if Chandler beats Gaethje and Oliveira beats Poirier, they're not going to rematch Chandler and Oliveira next. It's unlikely. I mean, it was a really good first fight. Actually, I think it was one of the most exciting fights of the year, even though it went less than 2 full rounds. But I think he's right. I don't know if they'd run that rematch back right away. So can Islam slide into that title fight then, or is it going to be like maybe a Beneil Dariush? That would really be the only other option, right?
Someone on a winning streak.
Or I guess, yeah, exactly. Yeah, or someone, exactly. So, which is really, again, Beneil. And I'm just looking at the rest of the rankings now. I don't know if anyone fits into that position. So I don't know. I think he's right, though. I think if Oliveira wins and Chandler wins, I think it has to be Islam next for the title, right? Either you guys?
I mean, Chandler Oliveira was a great freaking fight. I don't see why they wouldn't run it back. They're doing 2 rematches next week.
Soon? But so soon, though.
Wei Li got knocked down in 10 seconds. They ran it back. They're running it back.
Yes. So, and these scenarios were also stupid. I'm trying to avoid these.
And that's why that's why I say these title fights are better than next week's title fights.
Oh, I see.
Full circle, baby. Full circle.
I will say, if I'm Islam Makhachev, I am hoping Charles Oliveira wins, because if Dustin Poirier wins after 2 Conor McGregor wins, and then winning the title at the end of the year, Dustin becomes a money machine. He could go up and fight Nate Diaz. He can go up to 170. Like, he's got a lot of options, and all of them make sense. All of them are big money.
He's not going to fight. He's not going to fight Nate.
Why wouldn't he?
Because it's Nate's last fight.
Oh, UFC would never put him in a title shot if it's Nate's last fight.
No.
That's not. Hold on. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying Nate's not going to take that fight. Because if Nate takes the fight and he wins the belt, then locked in, he wants out.
Those are handcuffs.
No. I'm not saying.
No, that's not what Mike was saying. Mike did not say that. Hold on. Mike did not say that. Mike, my best friend, Mike, explain.
Reset.
Explain.
Hold on.
It's not a title fight.
Let me add. He's going to fight someone else that's fighting on Saturday if that person wins. Speaking about Nate Diaz, because they want to give someone the shine when he's leaving, and they're going to give
this
him.
Again.
They're going to, like, trust me.
I know where he's going.
Okay, then I won't.
Go ahead.
But
go ahead, Jose.
We know where you're going.
Via various conversations that I have had on site, that could very well be a thing. And I'm not talking about Khamzat.
Who are you talking about?
Islam.
Benoit Saint-Denis, obviously.
Islam Makhachev.
Islam
170?
Nathan Diaz.
Nope. They want it. Nate's giving 155.
So Nate's gonna go back to 55 to fight Islam. It seems.
They gotta take if he wants to fight by the end of the year. He also wants to fight by the end of the year, which might not happen. So the Khamzat fight could happen solely because if Khamzat wants a quick turnaround. But I don't think he's fighting Dustin.
They might make it 160.
I would honestly, if Dustin wins, wouldn't be surprised if he walks off into the sunset, George St. Pierre style.
That's actually not.
From the conversation,
a lot of money. I mean, that'd be so gangster if he did that with so much money on the table.
Oh, there's more money when you come back. Don't worry, the money's still there. You're worth more.
Like the belt. Like he wants the belt because also he has to beat Charles Oliveira, which is going to be a hard fight. If Charles wins and Dan Hooker wins, they're gonna make that fight. It's just gonna happen.
Lots of moving parts, friends. See what happens when we have these conversations.
This really deviated. I'm just saying. I think Islam gets a title shot. If I'm going back to this. If Chandler wins and Oliveira wins, I think Makhachev goes right for the Bronx. I'm just saying.
I mean,
But I'm not-
I'm not ruling it out. I'm not ruling it
I
out.
don't have my ear to the streets. I do not have my ear to the streets. That's just a what I would do scenario. That is not what I think will happen. That's not actually what I think will happen. What I've heard, I have not been talking to people. Jose has been talking to people. I have not. So I do not have the inside scoop on these things. But we've seen many stranger things happen. So yeah, Islam will have, I think, a lot of options. Should he pick up a dominant win over Dan Hooker? And again, according to the odds, he very well could. And stylistically, a great matchup. Hooker also coming in on short notice, which I think matters. I know people will say, well, it's not like he doesn't know what Islam's going to do. You know, the style is predictable. But, you know, when you're going to a high-level fight like this, another 2 weeks of preparation, I'll tell you, can probably mean the world to you as a professional fighter at this level. You know, these guys are so when you're at the elite, these guys are so close together. Every little advantage can make a difference. So coming in on short notice, I think that's going to affect Dan Hooker's chances as well. I'm at full strength, he might get steamrolled by Makhachev as well, but short notice certainly cannot help.
You want to go any? Want to take any comments?
I mean, if you can sort, they're coming in pretty hot.
I've been keeping track of them.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
All right, what do we got here?
My boy David Sandine says, just reminding Casey, don't forget the dog is outside. David also always wishing me a happy birthday, but let's remember it is a different time zone, so my birthday has already passed. Please, no birthday messages. We've already celebrated in Abu Dhabi time.
Yeah,
so,
stop being weird. His birthday was yesterday, people.
And, technically it was yesterday. Yeah. So yeah,
you guys are being weird. And the dog is back inside. The patio door is kind of wedged open so the dog can slip through and slips in and out. I just had it shut, you know, because there's some bugs coming in. So the dog was like, "Rah, rah, rah, I can't go outside," you know. So that's what. So thank you. And yeah,
for the concern.
That's the only comment we got. That was it, just about my dog.
Okay, great. All right, well, let's just. Well, they're coming really fast. So, people, if you have actual questions, please leave a question. Now is the time to spam questions. It would make it a lot easier for Casey to see. Max Payne says, Benoit Saint Denis is a French Green Beret. I have no idea if that's true or not. I can tell you.
I'm gonna go and say yeah.
Sure. Saint Denis is a undefeated fighter, 8-0, 1-0 contest, fighting out of Paris.
Is he actually
France.
undefeated?
He is actually undefeated. 25 years old. Does not turn
You wouldn't
26
lie to
until
me,
the end of
would
the
you?
year. I would lie to you, but not about this. And a recent Brave championship. Brave championship fighting. Brave championship fighting? Why does that sound weird to me?
Because you put a question mark on it for some reason.
Brave champ?
Brave
Combat Federation. Excuse me. Brave Combat Federation. Oh my goodness.
I had no idea what we were talking about.
Yes, he's a Brave Combat Federation standout with many submissions. So definitely reasons to anticipate. But tough go for his first UFC fight. The veteran Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos, who's pretty well rounded. That's gonna be a tough opponent. But we could have ourselves a new star out of France here. We all know the French MMA scene is starting to come up real strong. Again, we've mostly seen it at heavyweight with Cyril Gane and Ngannou, and of course back in the Chakongo. But perhaps some of the other weight classes now we'll see some French talent shining through.
Yeah, but the comment was Green Beret, man. How's the French Green Beret scene going? That's what we want to know.
Yeah, if you have insights,
Google and come back later.
I'm certainly not qualified enough to comment on the Green Beret scene. I will Google Benoit Saint Denis Green Beret to try and verify.
Okay.
He was apparently in the French Special Forces. So again, if that means Green Beret, then he was a Green Beret.
Okay. We got a troll comment right here.
Oh, great! Thanks for putting it on screen. Ryan Costa. Who are these bums? Okay, well, I'm Alex.
They're talking about the fighters. I don't know.
You gotta be
sure it means us.
Ryan Costa. Be very specific. You know.
At least we're showing our face.
When someone shouts a bum accusation, I just assume they're talking about me. So Alex Kaylee, Mark Ontario, MMAfighting.com. Mike Heck, South Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
That's right.
Casey Leiden, Inglewood, California. Jose Young's currently in Abu Dhabi on site.
I live here.
Hopefully,
I thought I was gonna be stuck in the airport forever, and that was gonna be my new home coming in.
Well, you have. What's the longest? What was the longest you were in Abu Dhabi again for?
5 straight weeks.
5. You technically do live there. I think you are a citizen.
You're a resident,
of-
yeah.
Yeah, you are.
I spent about 9 weeks. It's been about 9 weeks of my life here the last 12 months.
Yeah.
And you
you've
haven't
worked
been
there.
to the water park yet.
No, but now, to be fair, this is the first time I've been in Abu Dhabi where I'm not in a bubble. Because I couldn't leave anywhere for the first 9 weeks. But like yesterday, I went to the Yaz Mall and the big mosque, and I think tomorrow we're gonna scope out the Warner Brothers spot before the fights because they have like an indoor theme park.
That's cool.
Do the water park. That's all I remember from Abu Dhabi. The water park.
Casey,
It was so awesome.
Grudge Persona wants to know if Khamzat misses weight and the fight is canceled, will one of you step in? Now, obviously, a funny question. However, Casey, I believe you are preparing yourself physically for something. I don't know if you feel or give a quick update on how
Your AOL internet dial-up is dying.
Can you
AK.
hear me?
I hear you like every 30 seconds.
Okay. Can you tell people about your that you're on currently?
I will translate. I will translate it from saying, I heard Casey trans. I don't know if that's true or not. You tell me if it's
Oh, no, wait. Everyone died. Oh, wait. I'm the only one left. What happened? Wait. Am I the one? Okay, we're having difficulties. Everyone's internet went out. Wait, am I the only one? Hold on. Okay, let me put the hold music on. Hold on one moment.
Okay.
Oh, we're back. Oh, and I just got up I just pinned a fun technical difficulties message too. Oh, that's so. Now I'm just.
Yeah, I guess at 11.
That was so
At
crazy.
night, my internet just decided to turn off. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. That was the first.
Mine definitely went out first, so I guess it was just a coincidence.
No. It was from me because something happened.
Really?
The Inglewood, internet services died. And I'm actually going off my phone right now.
All right. Okay. So this is your data charge is gonna be off the charts.
Yeah.
But while we have you, before you just completely get shut down and run out of money, could we? For anyone, no one weighed in during that little break, guys. We're still waiting for Khamzat and Volkan Oezdemir. Sorry, Casey. Did you get a chance to? I guess we didn't get a chance to. As I was trying to preview, you're going on a little journey. You've put videos up on YouTube. Of some training you've been doing. Anyone who follows Casey on Twitter, Instagram, he looks fantastic. I'm sorry don't tell HR. You look fabulous.
Thank you.
Can you tell people why? What's going on with you?
No, I got well, this isn't about me. It's about the fighters. But if they need someone to replace Khamzat, I can come up. I can make 170 easy. I'm walking at 171 right now, 172. I am eventually gonna cut down to about 160, and I'll be having an amateur mixed martial arts fight and about towards the beginning of the year, sometime in early February. So so I've been training a lot. I gotta be at training at 6 a.m. Yeah, so that's gonna be fun.
So you guys heard correctly. This man is going to step into the cage.
The cage,
cage
yeah.
ring.
Cage,
ring. You're in a cage.
Cage,
you are going to be in a cage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my.
I got. I was approached by Rich Chow, who is a very well-known matchmaker in mixed martial arts. He was a matchmaker for Strikeforce and Bellator, and now he runs something with Wimp the Warrior. And they approached me and they're like, "Hey, you want to do it?" And I'm like, "Okay." So yeah. That's basically it. So so check out my social network feeds or whatever, and I'll be having cool videos and updates and doing all sorts of cool things. And so hopefully this is one of 3 fights. That's the plan. One of 3 fights.
The Cub Swanson minimum.
The Cub Swanson minimum, yes.
To be able to talk about MMA.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Yes, as we all know, Cub Swanson has said you should have to have at least 3 amateur fights. Mm-hmm. Before being allowed to comment on MMA. So
well,
Mike
I think that's completely not true. I was like, I might as well do it anyway.
I mean, then he can't say nothing to you.
Yeah. I mean, he can still beat the crap out of me no matter what. But he can't say that, at least.
Do we know what weight? Again, people are asking, could you replace Khamzat? Do we know what weight ish, Casey, you might be? Probably a catch weight, or is there actually a designated weight class you think you'll slide into?
I want to go down the lightweight. But right now I walk around at 170. But before I started training, I started training like more seriously right when the pandemic happened, because I wasn't traveling for work. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna build out my garage, and I have a little dojo right over there. And so I've dropped about 25 pounds. So and even before that, so I was originally about 30 pounds. Yeah, so hopefully, I'll be cutting weight to about 160, 155. I hopefully fight around 160. So, but I still got time. So
I think you could go a little more extreme. I think you could go 145, Casey. Really drain yourself. Really drain that brain. Really drain all the liquid out of your brain before your first amateur fight.
But honestly, that's kind of part of the experience I want. My coach is like, no, just fight at your walking weight. But I actually do want to cut some weight, because I want to.
I bet.
I hear all this talk, from fighters, and I'm saying, all right, I want to feel it. I want to see how miserable it is, and I expect it to be miserable, but yeah. So
and it's just the one video on your YouTube so far, right?
Just one video right now, but I've shot some other stuff too, but we're gonna have some more stuff coming out. Right now, it's on my personal YouTube page, and
yes.
And then we're gonna have a more comprehensive
Vance helped
video.
you with that.
Yeah,
Cynthia Vance helped you with that. Esther was involved as well, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm getting very talented people.
I'm getting a lot of free help.
well, we don't know that. I heard the bill. Actually, I was told that they are going to charge you.
Yeah.
Mike, can you give people a quick update? Because some people think you're still in New England, mainly because you never shut up about it. But where are you actually? Can you let people know who might not be aware that you have moved? You sold out. And
My heart is always in New England. So let's not get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. I am in South Carolina right now. I'm near Hilton Head, in that neck of the woods where winter doesn't really happen. There's golf all year round. It's nice out all the time. You can go swimming like 9 months out of the year. And people are very nice. People are just very, very nice down here. And after the last winter we had in New England, my wife and I basically had a conversation like, what the hell are we doing? Like, we're not like 17 years old. Like, we're like older and we have a family. Like, we can get the hell out of here if we want to. And we decided to just do it. And here we are. Here we are a couple months later. It's been like 2 months since we made the move. And here we are. Now I'm in a room in South Carolina with all of you.
Thank God your child does not have to grow up in New England. Oh my gosh. They can, they can grow up in South Carolina, get a proper education. You know, Boston's not much of a college town anyway, so there was really no future for him there. So I'm glad you moved to South Carolina, and it's South Carolina Gamecocks. What other sports?
Clemson,
sure.
Clemson's there. University of South Carolina.
University of South Carolina, yeah. Yes, he no longer has to root for the Red Sox. I hope you just wean him off those teams. Ugh.
He is. He's a Red Sox fan.
Guys, we are now under the 30-minute mark. It's been quite a while since our most recent fighter weighed in, and yes, we are still waiting for the same two people, Khamzat Chimaev, Volkan Oezdemir. As you said, there could be some concern for Khamzat. He's been out for a while with COVID symptoms. Who knows what that has done to him and his body and his preparation? We don't want to scare people, but I know everyone is waiting for him. Of course, it's been so, he was the toast of Fight Island, fighting 2 times in 10 days, and then later fighting Gerald Mearshart. That was like 3 fights in like 60 days. It was quite a pace he was cutting and winning in spectacular fashion. So hopefully everything's all right, and we will see him soon, as well as Volkan Oezdemir. So
more comments.
Yeah, let's go to the comments. I'll get rid of some spammers here while I'm I'm looking with you, Casey. But we do have some spammers. Silent 689 at Casey. To all three, it says at Casey, and this is to all three. Okay, wait. To all three of you, why do you seem or come across, or at least so jaded and kind of hate the sport, or rather the organization that you apparently follow? The few times watching, it's been we have been insanely positive today. I am stunned. Like, by the way, not completely. There's been other shows where we've been critical of the UFC and of MMA. I'm surprised. Maybe he's talking about some of the other shows. So that's fine. Thank you for the question, Sound 689. Mike, go first. Why on occasion are we a little bit, I would not say jaded, but we're critical. Maybe overly thoughtful about the product. I don't know, Mike. What do you say? What when you have a bad day about MMA, why is that?
Because we cover a professional sport like every other journalist who covers a professional sport. If there's good, we celebrate the good. If it sucks, we're going to tell you that it sucks. Like, what's the problem with that? It's okay in the NFL. If Tom Brady sucks and throws 5 interceptions, we can go on and talk about how bad Tom Brady was. Or if Roger Goodell makes a terrible decision, it's okay to go on SportsCenter and talk about how awful Roger Goodell is at doing his job at running an organization. How come we can't do it with MMA? You want to be the biggest sport in the world, but you can't have any negative talk? Like, I don't understand. If a fighter does something stupid and gets arrested and does something dumb, we're not allowed to comment about it. We're not allowed to say a fight card isn't great. We're not allowed to say, just like NFL journalists, like if Monday Night Football is an awful game, they're not going to be like, I mean, we love football, but let's call a spade a spade. This game sucks. Like, no one wants to see the Bears and the Jets play on Monday Night Football. Nobody does. Once in a while, there's an Apex card that isn't that great. We're not allowed to talk about that and just give our opinions on stuff. Like, I don't understand this jaded negativity nonsense, because let's be honest, you go to any other website on earth, okay? Go to any other MMA media website. I would say that we are probably the most positive out of all of them. We give shine to all of these cards, good, bad, and different. Even on paper, if it doesn't look good, we find diamonds in the rough. We try to find silver linings in all of this. So jaded? Negative? I think that is. I had to laugh at that comment. I'm sorry. I had to laugh at that comment. I appreciate you chiming in. But you're on ESPN. You want to be the biggest sport in the world. But when we treat you like every other sport in the world, it's jaded. It's negativity. It's garbage. I don't understand. You can't have it both ways. Choose a lane and stay in there. Just accept it.
I was going to say, he did follow up, says, so hard to get the point across. Not about bringing up negative points, which is fine. As I said, just seems the attitude seemed like you guys didn't want to be around it. Glad I'm wrong. Again, guys, like we said, it is a job for us. And for most days, it's like one of the best jobs in the world you can have. But like anyone, I think anyone who it becomes your work, there's going to be days where, we're not as enthusiastic about it. Or as Mike said, just being honest about what we're seeing. Because again, some people think the media is PR. It's like an extension of the UFC's PR or Bellator's PR or whatever, PFL's PR. And we have great relationships with these people, but we are not PR. We are going to criticize and we're going to be as honest as we can. If anything, I think I've always thought, maybe I'm speaking for myself, I've crossed the line too far the other way for PR. I might be too positive when I should be more critical. So, but again, Sound 689, I do appreciate the inquiry. And by the way, it is 2:30 in the morning Eastern time for myself. And Mike, you're still on Eastern time, right?
Yes, exactly. And let me just say that
we would not be here. Yeah, we would not be here if we didn't love this.
I went to bed at 7:30 p.m. for the first time in years, like in a long time. My wife was like, "Go ahead." I took like a 4-hour nap, woke up just to do this show. So yeah, I am buying what you're selling, son. I appreciate you chiming in. And maybe it does come off that way sometimes, but again, it's 2:35 a.m. It's a weird kind of time schedule. I mean, and I'm not going to complain about it because Jose's in Abu Dhabi right now. Like a whole different feeling. And that's love for the sport.
Oh, yeah.
1,000,000% the grind that man's doing. And then, by the way, guess what? He's going to come back and he's going to cover 268 in New York the next week after all of this. So, I mean, trust me, we love the sport. Don't have to worry about our allegiance to MMA. Okay.
All I want to say, if you have any issues with anything negative we may say, just visit UFC.com for all your mixed martial arts news. That's all. UFC.com. If that's where you want your information to come from, UFC.com.
There's some great articles on there by our pal E. Spencer Kite. So, I mean, I'm not even joking. Like, there is some well-written stuff on there. And it's all positive.
We got movement.
All right. By the way, someone wants to ask, some MMA sprawls asking who gets paid the most. It is me. I think I cleared like $7 million last year. So all just from writing MMA. Oh, yeah. It's pretty crazy. I was told that wasn't possible. I made like $7 million last year and just blogging, which is kids. You can do it too.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm his best friend? I gotta piggyback off that high wage.
I pay him to say that.
Jose, your camera is muted. So we can't hear you, Jose, if you can hear me.
Maybe nothing's happening.
Have a nice shot on a door. Okay.
Ambiance.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. He's just getting some.
This has got to be Chimaev, right?
One of you guys message Jose and tell him that he has muted his thing. Just thank you.
So I'm just gonna get a tweet.
Sorry, I put that comment up. I just find those kind of funny, considering all three of us, four of us, we have more mixed martial arts in our lives than pretty much, just way too much. Like,
and I think it's a fair question. I think depending what programs you watch and what you read, you definitely could get the impression that a lot of the people in MMA media, again, we do it sometimes too, are kind of just like tired or don't necessarily want to talk about something. But again, that's just a matter of Jose will be back. Don't worry, guys. Right. That's just a matter of again, the frequency of the cards. You probably are just getting sick of us. You probably have seen Mike and Casey and me, honestly, every weekend before a card for like at least 40 out of the 52 weeks of the year, which is insane when you think about it. And really, what are you doing? We love the viewers, especially everyone who's up right now, by the way, who's tuning in.
I got caught in casual. This is great. This is great.
I'm amazed. That's some of the comments. We have a lot of people watching right now. And unfortunately, the more the people watching, that means the more there's a chance for trolls. It's been a lot of trollers comments, but thank you everyone for tuning in. I know everyone's on all kinds of crazy time zones. Again, East Coasters, you're with us. It's almost 3 a.m. Casey, it's what 11:30 for you now.
11:38. Okay.
11:30. So it's pretty late. I mean, this is pretty late for most people. So, thank you everyone for tuning in. It's awesome. And again, we will hopefully, fingers crossed, have the last couple of weigh-ins coming in.
You guys hear me?
Sorry, one.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I have absolutely no idea what happened. But yeah, we got movement, and then
Okay.
everybody walked to the back. It's
Okay.
on the scale. I have absolutely no idea who's on there. So put it here so you guys can see the movement while it's happening.
Okay,
All right.
Jose, you're a little tough to hear. It's just coming in a little
Can you guys hear me?
Hello?
Hello.
Is everyone frozen?
You're not frozen. I
What is
think. Okay.
What about Mike?
I think they'll be coming. Okay. Oh, they're back. Everyone's back.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Got booted.
Got booted, but we're back. We're back. All right, we're back.
All right. Can you guys
guys, we're
can
in
you
this
guys hear me
together.
now?
We're gonna make it.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it. Yeah, Jose,
So
we're here. Yeah,
we had some movement, but now we had some movement. Looks like they're messing with the scale, and then everybody walked to
Okay.
the back. So I just got it on the door so we can see who comes out first because I can't quite tell
Okay.
what's happening.
Okay, but we are in sweaty palms now area.
Yeah,
we got 20
big
minutes
time.
left. 2 fighters haven't showed up yet. This is now like, oh boy, drama.
This is troubling. Again, we started off with a massive weight miss. Demiris Magulov coming in 7.5 pounds over the lightweight limit. So that already kind of got us off to a weird start. And by the way, people have been asking, what is the status of that fight? No official update from the UFC yet. They have noted sometimes when a fighter, when it's up in the air, it won't be listed on their sort of the official weigh-in site they have page set up. He is listed. They did say he's weighed in overweight. I cannot imagine the fight will go through unless he can somehow cut down to
No,
160 or I don't know, but that's a lot of weight.
I've never
three and a half
seen
more pounds.
I've never seen a fight get cleared that's that big a weight miss. And
I can't
considering how bad
imagine.
he looked too.
Yeah. Now this is in Abu Dhabi, where I believe the UFC acts as the commission. Is that correct?
It's a great question. I should probably know the answer to that.
But
I think, yeah, I believe the UFC handles the decisions here. So it'll be their call. And again, I don't imagine they would want to. I just can't imagine the circumstances under which Magomed Mustafayev would want to take that fight. It's just a huge disadvantage, and he's not getting more than. We rarely see more than 30%, and for a gap that big, you should be.
But
getting
you know what? It wasn't
40,
like
50.
his opponent looked horrible. There had to be some sort of injury,
Yeah.
something. Maybe
Yeah.
there could have been a lot of, because we've seen how many travel issues there have been. Maybe he just literally got into town like a couple hours ago. We don't know the full story of why the opponent came in so over, but he didn't look good. So I'll be shocked if he passes medicals regardless, and whatever weight he is, that weight cut ain't gonna look good tomorrow. Oh, never mind. We just got word. That's all. Mr. Heck, you want to say it? Or is that
Waiting for it to be officially official, but it appears that fight will no longer be happening. I'm just waiting to get further confirmation.
All right.
But that is the direction we are heading at this very moment. I'm told via sources.
all right? That's
Our own Stephen Morocco, by the way, who's also burning the midnight oil with us, has confirmed that the UFC is their own commissioner when they're in Abu Dhabi. So, but yes, okay, right, Mike. So that sounds right. It's very unfortunate for Magomed Mustafayev. Again, in these situations, I would think the fighter who made weight should get their show money and their win money.
yes.
I don't see why that's not unreasonable. And also the UFC should also do what they usually do and say, we're going to try and get you another fight as soon as possible. Again, I don't know how possible that will be like I said, Mustafayev, I believe, is one of the names I had said. Yeah, has not fought since February 2020. So obviously his schedule or his ability to fight in the UFC affected by the COVID-19 outbreak, protocols and travel restrictions. So we don't know when they're going back to Fight Island, but it doesn't look like Mustafayev plans to fight in the US anytime soon. I could be wrong. So it's very, very unfortunate that he doesn't get to step into the octagon on Saturday. Should that become official? So tough news here. But like we said, 15 minutes to go, and we could have more bad news depending what happens with Mr. Khamzat Chimaev and Mr. Volkan Oezdemir. We are running very low on time. Everyone has been asking. Yeah, go ahead, Casey.
I was just
Go
like,
ahead, Casey.
what I mean, obviously, we want Volkan to show up and everything and fight tomorrow night or whatever, Saturday. But man, if Chimaev can't, yeah, that's I don't want to go there yet. Don't want to even get my mind going. I was very excited to see him in a properly matched up fight. So I don't want to speculate yet. I don't want to.
Yeah, we don't know for sure, guys. Like we have seen many weigh-ins where fighters come in the last 10 minutes and successfully make weight. This is not a guarantee that Khamzat Chimaev or Volkan Oezdemir is going to miss. But again, we can certainly begin to speculate and begin to worry as our official timer there at the bottom of the screen ticks down, guys. So you can follow along with us.
Now, what I'm not sure of, and this is, if he does weigh in and he comes in over, are they still going to give him 2 more hours? I don't know. It doesn't make sense that they do, but they do that anyway.
Oh,
so
yes,
we'll find out though.
We'll find
you just
out.
need to show up, weigh in, pass those pre-medicals, and they go, okay, you have 2 more hours, which doesn't really make sense because the weigh-ins are at 9 a.m. local, and the 2-hour window is already built in. But that's how originally it was designed. But you know. I don't know.
Neo Dean wants to know, what do you guys think of Bruce Buffer not being the announcer this weekend, especially at such a big event?
Most importantly, I hope Mr. Buffer I hope he gets healthy. That's the most important part. I don't care that he's not at the event. I just don't want him to be seriously ill. I want him to feel better.
I believe the Buff told our good friend, of course, Ariel. I think he tweeted a message from Bruce Buffer saying he feels fine. He is expecting to be in Madison Square Garden next week. Again, we don't know if that'll be the case, but apparently he does say. Bruce Buffer does seem to believe that he is healthy enough, and again, I guess barring testing and protocol. Fingers crossed for all you Buffer fans out there. But thank goodness we do have a great replacement. It almost seems insulting to call him a replacement. One Mr. Joe Martinez, the voice of the UFC Apex, the voice of World Extreme Cage Fighting, and a lot of us, I think. Yes, I know. Not as maybe not as popular as Bruce Buffer, especially amongst the more mainstream crowd. But I think is right up there. Is just as good as Bruce Buffer. Yeah. Call me crazy, but I know we're all fans of him here. So
I love Joe Martinez. Buffer does his thing. Yeah, he's the UFC guy. So hope he's okay. All right, Bruce, we got movement. Hey, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going big screen. We're going big screen.
Oh, finally! No more cutting off the rights. I can see
you're gonna see it all.
The more of the UFC pattern. Oh, fantastic! We're ticking down. Almost at the 12-minute mark.
So, right now we have about 2,200 people watching a door. This is great. I like it. At
any moment, again, we have our last 2 guys, and these are 2
main card guys. Kicking off the main card live on ESPN Plus, the 8th ranked, I should say, light heavyweight contender Volkan Oezdemir. $205.5, the official weight for Volkan Oezdemir.
205.5. He made it, guys. That is a successful weight scale hit for Volkan Oezdemir, and his fight with Magomed Ankalaev is official.
Woo. It feels good. I haven't heard that sound in a while. It feels good.
And hopefully not the last time. Hopefully we hear it one more time as we wait for Li Jingliang's opponent, the notorious Khamzat Chimaev. Again, plenty of time. 10 minutes, over 10 minutes left.
Plenty of time?
But Volkan Oezdemir did. Plenty of time. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. He's probably just strolling down the hall right now.
Yeah.
But hey, we were worried about Volkan. 205.5. He didn't look very happy. He certainly looked like he was using this time to cut, but he made it. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
So just one to go, guys. One left to go.
Yeah.
As of course.
Yeah. It looked like Volkan looked fine. Looked like he just timed it, to come, later in the thing. But he looked fine. You're right.
As Jose Youngs always says, though, nothing is official, of course, until the fighters are actually in the cage, touching gloves. We have already lost one. It sounds like not official yet. I'm sorry. It sounds like we have already lost one of the 15 scheduled bouts that was to occur. A preliminary lightweight bout between Damir Ismagulov and Magomed Mustafayev. It does look like that will be canceled after Ismagulov missed weight by 7.5 pounds. So
we don't know why. We don't know if it was travel issues. He had an injury. We don't know. But the fact is, he still missed a lot of weight, and that's a big bummer for both fighters, especially for the guy that made weight.
Hopefully, everything's all right with Mr. Ismagulov, and he can recover and be back in that be back in competition soon, because that is usually a sign that some other things went wrong besides someone just having issues with their weight cut. So hopefully everything's all right. Yes, but no official word in that fight yet. We are just we are getting a hint, an inkling.
Listen, the seeds are kind of out there. It's probably not. I mean, it's we should just, they say in the sales business, act as if you're the president of the company and stuff like that. But let's act as if this fight's not happening. Unless something insane happens. But it's not happening. Let's just say it.
Very likely a 14 fight card now, and we are just waiting again for one Khamzat Chimaev. A lot of people asking, "Where's Khamzat? Where's Khamzat?" Guys, we want to know the same thing. This will be his first fight since September 19th, 2020, 406 days. It was a 17-second knockout of Gerald Meerschaert. It answered a lot of questions. A lot of people were asking, okay, he beat kind of some lower tier guys, beat them handily on Fight Island. How's he going to do against a veteran, very experienced veteran like Gerald Meerschaert? And he took care of business. It's very impressive. So,
it would suck if this is all because this is at welterweight rather than 185. That would suck. Just, I just hope it's not weight cut related. Hey, we all crapped on Paulo Costa last week. Last week? Yeah, it was last week. But you know what? The fight happened. And at a different weight class, and I don't know, just freaking weight cuts, man.
You almost wish if it is a weight cut issue, and he had told Lee, told Lee's team up last week, like, I'm not going to make it. Can we do 175, 180?
Like that. Yeah, you would hope.
Sure. Yes, it's true. As much as we crapped on Costa, the fight did happen. We got a great fight,
and we got a great fight, one of the best fights of the year. Yeah, so
it was fantastic. So hopefully we still get that. Now we are definitely hitting, guys. We're hitting the red zone here. This is not where we want to be. About 7.5 minutes left to go. It's entirely possible Khamzat does not show up to the weigh-ins. We've had fighters not show up, and that essentially all but guarantees the fight is over, unless again something's been negotiated that we don't know about. But certainly we do need him to show up in this time frame where that fight will be in jeopardy. It's amazing. He was one of the breakout fighters of 2020, and then COVID-19 happened, and it's well documented how sick he got. He had to be hospitalized, and all this momentum from being one of the hottest names out of nowhere just kind of fizzled away. Though I do still feel that there's an excitement around his comeback. He just has to show up.
It's kind of funny who the two breakout fighters of that year were. Remember? And he kind of just was that
Kevin Holland.
Kevin Holland, man. And after that, though, just Kevin Holland just had a couple losses, injuries. Now it's just it's a curse. Getting that breakout fighter of the year.
It's like winning best new artist of the Grammys. People Google best new artist of the Grammys. You'll see how many. There's some big success stories in there, and there's some people who you look at them like, who the hell is that? What's an Esmeralda Spalding? Oh, I shouldn't have said that. There's all the Esmeralda Spalding fans in the chat are gonna flame me now. I'm sorry. I just pulled a random name. All right, I pulled a name.
Who else is on there?
Again, they're so obscure. I probably like Alien Ant Farm or something, and like I'm trying to think. Hoobastank, I'm sure won it. Hoobastank probably won it. It's rough. It's not a good award to win.
Duval.
I mean, then you also have names like Adele and like Taylor Swift on there. So I mean, some of them did pretty well.
Taylor Swift won Best New Artist.
I mean, a long time. I mean, it must be like 12 years ago now. A lot of hums. Guys, stop. You get it. We get it. You're looking for. Okay, I got to ban some spammers here. I'm sorry.
Please, thank you.
I get it. I get. We want to know.
All right. Ooh, 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
You got me diving into the rabbit hole, AK.
Please do. Please do. I'm not wrong about this. I know there's a lot of
the Beatles. The Beatles.
Never heard. A very obscure band. Yeah. Again.
Bob Newhart.
He won Best New Artist at the Grand. Oh, Goulet. Yep.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash. The Carpenters. Carly Simon.
Are you going in order?
America?
Are you going in order, or just naming actual ones
in
that
order?
Matter? Okay.
In order.
Go to more recent. No. Go to more recent. Go to like the last.
Wait. They said we got movement. People are standing up.
Oh boy. All right.
There we go.
Welterweight division, Khamzat Chimaev.
High drama.
$173. So I'm guessing. Come on.
His hands are near the towel.
Ooh, towel, hands up.
He's clearly resting his wrist on the.
Or Khamzat Chimaev.
171.5.
171.5. Thank you, Jose. A half a pound over.
Yeah.
Khamzat will have 1 hour to cut the final half pound.
You hear that?
He will be given an extra hour. Okay.
So you have 3 hours to weigh in. All right.
Apparently, yes. Technically, yes.
He's looking pretty rough.
Does not look like he wants to cut anymore.
Yeah, AK. By the way, the recent Grammy Best New Artist winners. I mean, there's some massive names. The last bunch.
You
are
gotta
like
go.
very
No,
popular.
not like the Billie Eilishes. You gotta go back. You gotta go like the 2000s.
Okay.
Look at the nominees, maybe.
I know you got like Billie Eilish in there, and
Oh God, dude, there's so many. Like Carrie Underwood, John Legend,
Never heard
Amy
of her.
Winehouse,
No,
Adele,
John. I would have. We can't be on John Legend. He's a.
Zach Brown Band,
He's a-
very big.
I
Bon
think he owns
Iver,
Vox Media.
Oh, by the way.
Fun. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis,
All right.
Sam Smith, Megan
Now you're gonna
Trainor,
make me.
Chance the
Now you're gonna-
Rapper, Alessia
Now
Cara,
you're gonna make me
Dua
find. Now you're
Lipa.
gonna make me find the more obscure ones.
All right.
Find the more obscure
So
ones.
next,
There's
guys,
the last
we
like 15 years.
Oh, yes, Mike. I think we need to recap.
Oh, I would be honored. I mean,
Right.
yes, let's go.
let's do this.
All right, main event is official. Jan Blachowicz will defend his light heavyweight title against Glover Teixeira. Both fighters weighing in at 205. Piotr Jan versus Corey Sandhagen for the interim bantamweight title. That fight is official, 135 apiece. Islam Makhachev takes on Dan Hooker. Makhachev at 155.5. Hooker weighed in at 156. Alexander Volkov weighed in at 263 pounds for his bout against Marcin Tybura, who weighed in at 249 pounds. Li Jingliang, who just signed a new deal with the UFC ahead of his fight with Khamzat Chimaev, made weight at 171. As of right now, Khamzat Chimaev, half a pound over. we'll see what's going on with that. He has an extra hour to cut. Magomed Ankalaev, 205.5, takes on Volkan Oezdemir, also weighed in at 205.5. Amanda Ribas weighed in at 115.5 for her fight against Verna Janzarova, the featured prelim. She weighed in at 116. Zubaira Tukhugov, 146. Ricardo Ramos, 146. Albert Duraev and Roman Kopylov both weighed in at 186. Elizu Zaleski dos Santos, 170.5, taking on Benoit Saint-Denis, 171. Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, 206 pounds, taking on Shamil Gamzatov. They both weighted at 206. Makwan Amirkhani, Lerone Murphy weighted at 146. Hugh Yaozong weighted at 186. Andrei Petrosky, the Island Boy, 185.5. Damir Ismagulov was the first on the scale, 163.5. We're supposed to take on Magomed Mustafayev. That fight's off. That fight's off the table. And Tagir Ulanbekov, 125, taking on Alan Nascimento, 126. So 14 fights. John Anik, is he weighing in? I don't know. Maybe we need John Anik to weigh in. Guy does it all anyway. So back to you, AK.
Thank you, Mike. That was fantastic. I think he's probably asking, are they going to do the face? Oh no, they'll have ceremonials, right? So
no, they're going to do talent. They're going to do talent media day after this. But I'm not really sure how they're going to do it because
that's the thing.
Chimaev still has an hour, and they can't take the scale away because that's the official scale. So I don't know. I think they're trying to figure it out because.
I mean, he can be. I mean, they can just take the scale backstage, right? They can.
No, but it needs to be in front of the media. They can't. What's?
The damn media. Oh, we just have to see everything.
Yeah, I mean, they do it backstage. Oh, if they take it backstage, there's no media. He made weight. He came in at 169. He came in championship weight.
One championship style. Yeah,
one championship style. Yeah, so
just trust. We have a trust system. They just send us this press release and they say all these guys made weight, and we go, okay, thanks, one championship. You fixed weight cutting.
All right, well,
Daniel Cormier is going to be up here in 10
We're not going to be streaming this, so we're going to be recording this. So we're going to actually go out now.
Dip for now. Yes, thank you, Aaron, for joining us. We will stay tuned to MMAfighting.com and MMA Fighting social media. We will get you what's going on with Khamzat as soon as possible and the status of the Ismagulov Mustafayev fight. But thank you, everyone, for Jose Young's on site. Mike Heck, EK Salide, I'm Alexander K. Lee for MMA Fighting. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I was so wrong about the Grammy stuff, by the way. Thank you, Mike, for putting my voice.
Wrong.
That was fake news. Check the nominees. The nominees didn't do anything, all right?
Why are you so negative to the Grammys, man? So negative.
I'm a Grammy hater.
Oh, man. You're in the wrong line of business.
Go to sleep.